Amazing. Hello, good afternoon. It is Thursday, the 27th of February, the day after the night before the Toffees threw away 2 points with a draw at Brentford.
You know who I blame? I was going to say Lindstrom, but that feels a bit harsh, but he didn't
live up to my billing, and therefore...
You know, if he would have just listened to you and scored, different game.
Would have been a different game. He let me down last night. He let me down by not scoring and not assisting again.
In the Lindstrom derby as well.
I felt in the Lindstrom derby he was going to come good.
That was
full Danish.
Yeah, it was his moment.
And he blew it. He blew it. But it's 7 games unbeaten.
Yeah.
And, you know, David Moyes, what he's done, said this last night on me after match stuff. It's incredible the turnaround. We're sat here, having drawn at Brentford, gone 7 games unbeaten, 15 points ahead of the relegation zone.
Yeah.
And we're disappointed with not winning the game.
Yeah.
And, you know, we've come from behind to get a result. And if Beto, listen, he's been brilliant for us lately. It just wasn't his night last night.
Yeah.
But he still scored 5 and 5. And
absolutely.
And Everton have done brilliantly. Another goal from open play, which was unheard of under the other fella.
I know, it's like we're getting greedy in a way, isn't it? He went, 14 games without getting a goal, and now he's got 5 and 5 and he hasn't scored one. We're all fuming. I think we just need to remember what we were used to before Moyes.
Yeah. I mean, I said this last night. I felt very, very... what did I feel? I felt sort of guilty in want more last night, if that's right.
Yeah, no, I get you.
You know, I was fuming when he missed them chances, and like I did need Zach to remind me and go, shut up, he's been brilliant. I was like, no, I know, but it was the one that got the other two. It was the first of the 3 chances that annoyed me the most because he didn't shoot. He should have just shot. If the keeper saves it, no issue with it.
Yeah,
but it was
tried to be too fancy.
It was ridiculous what he tried to do, and that annoyed me. So when he missed the second one, which he should have buried as well, but the keeper saved and it could have rolled in. I still thought at first it was going to roll in.
Yeah.
The keeper got lucky because it could have gone in. It rolled the wrong side of the post. You're just like, oh my God. And because I'm thinking you could tell how tired we were.
Yeah, absolutely.
It felt as though that was huge moments where if he would have scored, and you never know, we might have scored that goal and they might have battered us after it because you just don't know how games go, do you? But I think when you step back you step back for it and go, look, 7 games unbeaten, 15 points clear of the relegation zone when we were a point ahead of it when Moyes came in. Scoring goals for fun. Neither winger scores or creates anything right now. So we're doing quite well. Others are chipping in.
Yeah, I think that's a big part of it, is that we're 7 games unbeaten, and look at the sort of squad that we do have available. You know, we don't really have many options on the bench. We don't have another striker to replace Beto. I mean, Michael Keane was warming up last night. I assumed to go up front. But,
come on, Davey.
You know, I think that's all got to be taken into account, that, you know, we haven't got a big squad. These players, I mean, they're doing much better, but they're still not great at the level where we should be doing amazingly, like you said. I think I saw a stat last night, and it was Harrison and Lindstrom have played a combined 44 games. Neither of them have got a goal or an assist this season. So I think taking that into account and all that, they're doing really well, and you just got to keep at it. But it's weird, isn't it, right now with Everton, because, you know, normally when we're playing well and we're unbeaten, going into like an international break or going into like an extended break, you're gutted because you want to keep watching Everton win. But I'm sort of happy this one's came around and that we're not playing this weekend.
When have you lately kept wanting Everton to watch them and win?
No, I know
that hasn't happened to you for years.
No,
but you're right.
I know
what you mean.
I'm like, you can tell everyone's knackered.
Yeah.
You just need a bit of time off, and hopefully they can go away. We get a few players back, because you see like Schmidt and Passon, and then we come back and then we can go again, sort of, with everything. But it's mental how quick everything's turned around, and that we are sort of being spoiled that Beto's not scoring every game.
And this is the thing, isn't it? It's that, you know, you have to remember that, like, we don't have strikers that score goals regularly. We haven't had one since, Dom had that one season. But probably since Lukaku, where you look at a striker and go, he'll get us goals regularly. And Beto's doing that. And just last night, listen, I've seen Rom have those games like Beto had last night. So it is what it is. You know, every striker I used to have them when I played up front. Every lad who plays on a Saturday, Sunday in every team will have those games where it feels like even if no one's on the pitch that day, you're just not going to score a goal. Yeah. You know, we've seen Mo Salah, doesn't have them very often, but even he's at games where the odd game where my mates have gone. Well, maybe not this season, but other games where they've gone, Salah could have had hat-trick today and he hasn't scored a goal.
There's a time they want to get rid of him, weren't they?
And all of them have it. They all do it. Haaland, I've seen Haaland with so many sitters for City. Yeah. Sunday, so they all have them. I'm not putting Beto in the same class as Haaland and Salah, by the way. I just mean even the very best have those days. It just wasn't there for them last night.
Yeah, the likes like Haaland and Salah, they get away with it because, you know, the 6 other players in their team who score goals.
But that's the key.
There's so much reliance on him right now to be the one who score.
Like when you watch us, like last night we equalled the amount of goals that Dyche got in half a season since Moyes coming. Right? When you watch us now, we look like we can score from anywhere, which is mental. When you actually think Idrissa doesn't score, Harrison doesn't score, Lindstrom doesn't score, James Garner doesn't score. No. So we're looking at, okay, Alcaraz has got 1 goal in 2 starts, which is okay. Beto's been getting our goals. We've now had Jake O'Brien score. You know, so when you actually break the team down, we've like lost Njai, who was on a good run before he got injured. So I don't know how that's shifted so much in my head that I'm thinking we can score any time. And then when you go through the team, you go, actually, they don't score. But we still do score. Yeah. So... You know, we played United at the weekend and we've got Beto scoring there. We've got Decore. We didn't have Decore last night who comes up with a goal. So I think it was 9 first team players out last night. Yeah. And we've gone to Brentford, gone behind, got a draw, and we're disappointed we haven't won. And I really like Thomas Frank and I like Brentford, but he was smoking crack last night because he said, we kept Everton quiet. If you take away the 3 1-on-1s,
like half an hour do good, and then
3-1 if you take away the 3 1-on-1s, we kept them quiet. Come on, Thomas. I really like you, but that's a mental thing to say.
Yeah. It's Dyche logic.
But you know, we just keep adding the points on, and you know, we look at it last night, and Ipswich lost again. You know, against 10 men. I mean, now you can see 3 to Manchester United. It's beyond me when they've only got 10 men, but here you go.
Some of the goals United can see.
United are dreadful. Without Bruno Fernandes, they're a dreadful team at the moment. You know, Ipswich losing, Southampton are gone.
Stoke West Ham lose tonight.
We could do with a draw. Yeah. West Ham, Leicester, you want that to be a draw.
Yeah, I suppose.
Because if Leicester only draw tonight, it's game over. Because it is anyway. It is anyway. But what I mean is, even for them, you know, they're not, because they're not looking at Man United and West Ham and teams like that, and Tottenham, and going,
we can
catch them. They're just not. It's impossible for them to do it. But it just automatically kills that stone dead. So a draw, I want them to go there and get a draw. If Leicester lose, it's the dead and buried. I'm not even convinced they'll catch Wolves. Yeah. So we do need to break it, absolutely right. You could tell in the opening 20 minutes. I mean, I was saying to you, Zach said to me after 20, this is just the Palace game all over. We look knackered.
Yeah.
And,
just trying
and we got through that 20 minutes. And that was the big frustration. They just had moments in that opening 15 minutes, whereas we're not having to make saves or kick things off the line, but they have moments where they fizzed a couple of shots wide. We had to clear a couple of crosses that come in from the 6-yard box. Yeah. But Jordan Pickford ultimately hasn't had that much to do. The Wissa shot, which led to the goal, Beto give the ball away cheaply, and Pickford makes a save he should absolutely make, right at him. You know, and then the next minute we don't defend.
But that was the frustrating bit, wasn't it? That there was like quite a few just like sloppy headers. There was ones from like Alcaraz. There was even ones from Gay and stuff.
Tiredness. You could see with the Idrissa, he was everywhere, but he was getting less and less effective as the game went on, just from tiredness. And obviously David Moyes took him off because he looked knackered.
Yeah. It was just
a few of them did, and truth be told, if we'd have had a lot of options on the bench, I think he could have took half the team off. Yeah. Because he just looked out of it. Beto looked like he was running on fumes near the end. So did Alcaraz, you know, and like you say, James Garner done well to survive, but he was looking tired, even though he tried to get on the ball, and he was a bit sloppy at times. But and we were a bit slow, but that's only to be expected, and we still haven't been beaten.
No.
And that's the thing, isn't it?
Massive. I know it's mad, isn't it? Because if you look at all the games Moyes has managed, there's not really one where you go, yeah, we probably deserve to lose. I know we lost the Aston Villa one, but even
We didn't deserve to lose the Villa game, no. I said at the time.
There was no game you look at was like, that was a really poor performance. Every game you can look at them and go, they're giving it all. And, you know,
and that's all you can ask for.
Things.
That's all you can ask for is when they come out on that pitch, they give everything.
Yeah.
They try to win the game. I was saying on my match reaction on that last night. At the end, we were still trying to win it. And don't get me wrong, they were breaking as well, but we were going for the win. Yeah. And you're like, we've got 1-1 here.
Well,
and we're tired.
The keeper was time wasting.
The keeper was wasting time. And you're like, you know, even when he had the throw-in at the end, he took so long over the throw-ins. The fella's throwing himself in the box. Was it Janel diving in the box trying to get a penalty? Just absolutely ridiculous.
That was an awful dive, that as well.
He should have been booked.
Yeah, they all ran at the referee like something happened and
that's
Brian
when you know.
barely touched them.
When you know you're desperate.
Yeah.
When you haven't been in a game, you've had your arses handed to you. You start going to the referee looking for things that aren't there. And I really like Brentford. I think they're a cracking team, and I think I really like Thomas Frank. But last night they were lucky to get out with a point.
Yeah. Definitely.
You know, and I think if Everton had had a few more options, it'd have been a comfortable win for Everton. It should have been a comfortable win anyway, and we were tired and we had no options. So
hopefully this little break, you know, everyone gets the fitness back, and if we get a few players back, hopefully they can die and stuff. I feel like we do miss him.
No, we absolutely miss him because we've got no one like him. Your wide men.
They've done well, but they're not. They need to start getting.
They've done well from but they've done well because they're workhorses, aren't they? They're not doing well through creativity, are they?
No,
that's the thing. You know, they're not offering goals and assists, which they should be.
Yeah.
And that's the key thing. That's the next thing, isn't it? For David Moyes and for whoever the director of football is going to be, if it isn't Kevin Thelwell or whoever the recruitment. You know, I think personally we need to bring in new recruitment team. Or certainly add to it, because it's what they've produced isn't good enough. You know, don't get me wrong, it hasn't been terrible, but we need some new ideas, I think. Before we carry on, with 31 subscribers off 97,000, and I know that how many watching? 503. I know not all 503 of you are subscribed. Yeah. So the answer is why? Why haven't you just pressed the button? That takes 1 second. It's lazy. It's lazy. Ped was doubtful we'd get to 97,000 this week with me, because he was, you know what he's like. He thinks he's the flag bearer. Yeah. And me and James just laughed. And I was like, we will, of course we will. When you're not here, we will smash it. So there you go. So you got the opportunity to show Pedro that he was wrong. And I think a lot of people like to, well, not a lot, but I think there's enough people who like to prove Ped wrong. Yeah.
I think Ped's annoyed enough people where they can get their own back on him now.
Yeah, by just hitting that subscribe button. And while you're at it, subscribe to MTAG and Inside the Game, because you're just lazy if you don't. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah. This
is wholesome content. It's free. Why wouldn't you subscribe? It takes a second. You know, Take That said that only takes a minute, but it actually only takes a second.
I was expecting that.
Tidy Friday says, I've fallen in love with football. Again, thank you, Moisey.
Yeah.
Yeah. And KBBL 102.5 FM says, Beto. Ole, 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 ole. And he's right. Yeah. Support him. Daniel says, we didn't play great at all, slow and tired looking, yet we could and should have battered Brentford away. That's how far we've come. And Toffee says, hello, Gary. I think that's the correct greeting. Toffee is to give it the hello, Gary. Because Gary Ward, of course, is in the comments with a howdy. Because why wouldn't he be?
Yeah.
You know, would it really be an Everton Daily Live if Gary Ward wasn't howdying us off? And I've got a lot of time for that. A lot of time for it. Let's have a look here. Just refresh the Al Premier and get onto it. Martin says, good result last night. Disappointing not to take all 3 points, but just shows again this group of players are mid-table, no problem. A bit of pace and quality added in the summer will see us top half next season.
Yep.
I wonder how those people who had convinced themselves because they'd listened to the other fella.
Yeah.
Feel now.
I know.
When they were going, no, these are terrible. He's getting the best out of them. You must look at it and go, I was under some kind of spell.
Yeah.
Really.
I think if they definitely ought to be, and they're all very quiet now, I think.
I think if you've watched football long enough, you should have been able to identify that these players were far better than they were showing. That's just a basic thing. I think a lot of...
Yeah, there's a lot of people in the media as well who were...
But they're his mates.
Yeah, but...
The people in the media...
So,
no, but that's the media, though. That's what they do. They won't go against people if they're the mates.
Yeah.
You know, they literally will, like, die on the hill because it's the mate. Instead of just going... It's not, you know, you can say someone is done by saying it's not working for them.
Yeah.
You might want to come out and go, he's not good enough. Dyche was never good enough to manage Everton Football Club ever. Should never have been in the same sentence as us.
No.
But don't get me wrong, it was difficult circumstances. But this season especially, no one should have been trying to protect him because he had an absolute mare.
24 to go.
Beautiful people. Josh says, afternoon guys, brilliant diving header from O'Brien last night. Andy Gray-esque. It's a great header.
It was, yeah.
It was a great header. Michalenko's first assist.
Good cross, like.
It was a good cross.
It'd just be nice if he'd done it in the other 100
David
games.
Moyes has sort of had a little dig at him afterwards about his crossing. I think that'll be something they're working on with him.
But then also, you've got to give him plaudits for just how quiet he kept in Buemo. Because that's sort of his strength, isn't it?
Well, it's mad because both fullbacks, Michalenko, for me, was really poor going forward, apart from that brilliant cross for the goal. Defensively, he was very good. Jake O'Brien was really poor defensively for me last night.
But then scored.
But going forward, looked really dangerous. So if you glued them together, you'd have had a great performance. But they're both still doing well. I mean, it was O'Brien's worst game since he come in the team.
Yeah.
But he come up with a key goal for us.
Good player, though.
We did just add him, didn't he? Yeah. But he's learning all the time. It's not natural to him, and he's learning all the time against better. And he did get better as it went on, but the opening half an hour was as uncomfortable as I've seen him. So you have to learn. You go from that. Ian the Blue says, afternoon lads, I thought we looked a bit leggy last night. Criminal defending in the first half, absolutely it was. But I still think the goalkeeper should have come and took it, mate. Once it bounces over Tarkowski, that's your goalkeeper territory. Knee up, come and take the cross 4 or 5 yards from your line. It's a simple goalie. The other end, Fleckham would have just took it.
Yeah.
Plus Beto, but happy with the second half performance. If Numbnuts would have still been here, Beto wouldn't have got them chances. Of course he wouldn't have been. Wouldn't have been in the side. And if he was, we'd have still been smashing it 800 foot up in the air.
Yeah.
Going, you've got to do well. Oh, you're not good enough. Brian says, if Fleckham wasn't on fire last night, we'd have won the game comfortably. Beto made a mistake on his one-on-one, but the others were great. No, they were good saves.
Yeah.
They were, the second one for me, it was like the Palace finish. But personally, I think he should have just gone across the keeper early without the keeper. Once he let the keeper set, it was a good save. He got lucky as well, the keeper, because it went past him. Wasn't a strong arm and went away. It went past him and rolled past the post. It was a good save, but he got a little bit of good fortune with it. And then the third one, that was a good save, Beto.
It was a hard.
And the angle wasn't great, but the first one he's got to shoot with. But someone had said to me, I think it might have been on me, the actions last night, the first one meant, the action in the first one meant he was tight on the second and third chances, and they're absolutely right. If he wouldn't have had that first moment where he went round him, and the first one was when he ran in on Alcaraz's header, I think he scores. I think he got in his own head because he knew the first one was such a mistake. And then the third one, he's thinking, I've had two, I've got to score. And even though he hits it okay, it's a good save.
If it was like that was the first one,
you're getting tighter. Yeah. Alex says, afternoon lads, do you find it weird that people like to claim Dyche did a good job in difficult circumstances, but nobody seems to be talking about the difficult circumstances Moyes is doing and doing a much better job? He's got a massively depleted squad and only added Alcaraz in January. Imagine the hard luck stories Dyche would peddle, and some fans would lap it up. If only Beto been available up top with no Njai, Mangala, McNeil. Yeah, imagine Dyche with no McNeil, Mangala, Njai, no Calvert-Lewin. Can you imagine what we'd be getting beat 4-0 every week?
Yeah.
Well, no, hang on, 2-0. Defensively, he was okay. We'd never scored a goal.
No.
Because he couldn't have a team that scored a goal when he had everybody available.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that is weird, Alex. It's massively weird that all of the Tim Foyle heads who were saying like he was doing an unbelievable job in the circumstances. No one's going, oh my God, Moyes is a miracle worker.
Yeah. I know, yeah. If he's doing a good job, what's Moyes doing?
You know? And I'm talking about the media there, more so than our fans. Listen, you get people in our fan base who were terrified because of what's happened to them. They've been beaten down so much that they lapped, but I didn't say they lapped up what they said, but they listened to what he said and sort of believed the nonsense that he came out with.
Yeah.
You can't really blame that, but the people in the media who should be sat there with two bloody needles up the nose and their undies on their head going on about how difficult a job it is, when he spent 100 million or 90 million on players or something. But you'd had 14 or 15 players since he come in. That's a team with subs.
Yeah.
And yet he still couldn't organise a forward line.
And not even that, though. He signed all them players and he had the likes of Tarkowski and Dwight McNeil or Adia. So they were his players.
It was all, mate, honestly, it was the greatest Emperor's New Clothes I've ever seen in my life. The greatest misdirection ever. Yeah. Sit in a press conference and go, you don't know what's going on behind the scenes. I'm still getting 5 million a year, by the way. Yeah. But you don't know how hard it is here. It was nonsense. Don't get me wrong, it wasn't easy for him because the club... Yeah,
we can still thank him for the season with the points deduction.
When he done the way he handled the points deduction season was brilliant.
Yeah.
He done it was difficult and he did cope with it and he did sort of keep it all level. But that summer, we should have shook hands
100%.
And gone see you. And we would have done. If Texter had took over in the summer when he tried, or Friedkin group, they should have been out in his ear this season. But the sort of 18 months up until the summer, even though last season he'd have been sacked if we'd have had owners, 4 months without a win, you're out the door. Yeah. No matter how good a job you think you've done, you're out the door. And he was lucky that we didn't have owners. We had it was because of 777.
Yeah.
Right, but you're right. We ended the season with a few wins, and you go, okay, you done. It was tricky that.
Yeah.
But certainly after Bournemouth this season, I'd have shook his hand and gone. And I know that's only 3 games in, but it was embarrassing. I'd have gone, nah, you're done, my mate. You are done.
Yeah, you've shown that.
But if not, it should have been at West Ham. That when the international break was on, we should have gone, thank you, and no thank you. Once you lost to Southampton, that should have been it. Southampton are absolutely terrible.
Have you seen the equal to the points that Derby had at this point when he had the record season? Yeah. Do you think they'll break the record?
I don't know. They've had a little go, haven't they, at times, but then they're still losing. Yeah. Got beat 4-0 the other night. They're just not very good. But then they didn't spend a ton of money. So it's like next season. Leeds will do well to stay up next season, and their fans will be believing they're going to be comfortable. They're going to find it, because Daniel Farke done this with Norwich. Norwich were brilliant, and they come up, and they were dreadful, and he was chased, and he'll be chased from Leeds, because they'll be getting beat most weeks, and he'll end up getting sacked, unless they come up and they might come up and spend 150, 160 million. They might do, but that still mightn't be good enough, because the gulf between what they've got
the Premier League
and what the Premier League is ridiculous. You're looking at Leicester. Maresca pissed that league last season.
Oh yeah. Burnley the same.
Burnley pissed it and couldn't put a pass together in the Premier League, because it's massively different. You look at Leeds and you go, and you look at that team. Like, I watched them a few times.
There's a lot of just
and they're doing well, but they're just like journey. There's no real. You look at them.
Dan James and Solomon on 2 wingers. Where you're like, ooh,
Dan James, who no one wanted in the Premier League. Yeah. You've got 2 or 3 goals. You don't look at them
like, ooh.
No.
Solomon could make it at Tottenham. They thought he was awful.
Man or Solomon's bang average. So you look at Leeds and they're doing brilliantly in that division, but they should be, the size of the club. But they're going to struggle to stay up next season. Whoever comes up, whether it be Sheffield United or Burnley, they're going to struggle to stay up. Because the gulf now between the 3 promoted teams and everybody else is huge.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if Wolves stay up, which I think they will, that he'll reinvest in the summer and they get that money, and they're going to be the fourth bottom. The three promoted teams, the difference between, look at the quality that Wolves have got.
Yeah.
And look at like Leicester
and stuff, yeah.
and look at that. There's a world apart. Crystal Palace, Everton, you know, them teams that are United. We can go United. It is the worst United team I've seen in my lifetime. And when I was a kid, United were doing nothing anyway. But they were bet. This team is dreadful, bar Bruno Fernandes. I know they got a few injuries as well, but
right now,
right. But United are worlds apart from Leeds, and Burnley, and Sheffield United, and Sunderland, or whoever else, Coventry, because Frank's turning it up. They might come up. So the promoted three teams are going to struggle every year now, because the goal's just getting bigger, the money's just getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
Money,
So it's almost a miraculous job if you get 30 plus points as a promoted side now.
Well,
doesn't mean it can't happen, but it will be an anomaly and it'd be a miraculous job.
We want to be 6 for 6 now for promoted teams going straight back down. Which is...
And if you go before that, I think there was only one who stayed up the year before that.
Yeah.
And I think, so probably, I don't know off the top of my head, but I imagine if you look at it, say the last 4 seasons, I'd be amazed if more than 3 of the promoted teams had stayed up.
Yeah.
I might be wrong, I'm not really thinking about when you go back, but if you look at it, probably like 3/4 of them have gone back down again.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And it's only going to get bigger. Not so Purple says, if you could go anywhere in the world right now for warm weather training at Everton's expense, where would you go? I'd go to Florida. But I go to Florida every day of the week, so there you go. 4 have stayed up in 4
Brentford,
seasons.
Fulham, Bournemouth and Forest.
And yet 3 of them have done brilliantly. Yeah. But the gulf's got bigger over the
past 2, there's not one.
No, and this is where I think the gulf's really come in and got bigger. Forest stayed up by the skin of the teeth 2 years running, despite spending crazy amounts of money when you look at what they spent.
Same with Bournemouth, they just about dodged it.
Bournemouth just about dodged it, and have obviously done brilliantly since. So that's what I'm saying. Your first year's almost, can we finish 4th bottom?
Yeah.
That really should be Leeds' target next season. Can we finish 4th bottom?
Yeah, and then build from there.
And try to build from there, and that's how Forest did it. But it's a real tough job to be able to do it. So I go to America, I think, but that's a trek, and it's a bit too far. So you're probably looking at. But then how far's Dubai? That's 7 hours.
Go somewhere fun. Go Australia. That's fun.
You can't. It's too far, James. A day travelling, and then there's jet. No, don't be silly.
It's warm.
I know it's warm.
It's Everton's expense.
But I think Dubai. Yeah, but you've got to be back training. Warm weather training.
Yeah. Do it on the beach. It's fun. With the kangaroos.
Okay. Mark says so many positives there. Keeper deserves credit. Don't think Beto done anything wrong with the last chance. Going for games. Unbeaten away on Moyes. Yeah. You know, we took 7 points out of 9 on the road. Which is incredible for Everton. You know. Steve P says, actually seeing people saying Beto's not good enough because of that last night. Mate, honestly, just... They'll be the same people that said Deitch deserves to stay and all that, so just ignore it. One game outweighs the other 5 goals, yeah. I know, we haven't had a striker who gets in those positions, do you know what I mean? People who get in those positions and score, most of them, A, don't exist in the world, but B, generally cost stupid amounts of money that we don't have and wouldn't play for Everton. Erling Haaland, go and look at his shot conversion.
Yeah,
I love him, and he's probably the best 9 in the world. But his shot conversion, I think last season was worse than Dom's. But he gets so many that you look and go, yeah, but he scores 30 goals. You go, yeah, but if he was like imagine if he was like crazy clinical, then 30 goals would be 60 and 70 a season, wouldn't he? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So. Don't get me wrong again, just to clarify, I ain't putting Beto on the same level as Haaland. I'm just saying, those lads who score those chances more often than not don't exist. And the ones who score more than they miss generally cost crazy money. and are on crazy wages. So you're going to get that. So take no notice of it, mate. Not since Lukaku have we even had a striker who knows how to time his runs and get in behind. He's doing it every game. Absolutely. And Ron missed his first year. Yeah. Jay says, could we have won? Yes. Should we have won? Yes. Would we have taken the points? Yes. Nothing to fear for us. We're just enjoying football, getting off the side, onwards and upwards. Correct. Are you going to tell me something?
No, I couldn't find it.
Mark says James Garn was very good last night, but he needs to practice shooting when he's in Dubai. Yeah, shooting last night. The 2 shots he had were woeful, weren't he? Gary Wall says, I'll definitely take the points, but we really could have had all 3. A couple of great saves from their keeper probably cost us the win. Yeah. Half a team out, Harrison's crossing super bad, team running on empty. Yeah, we still feel we dropped 2 points.
Yeah. It's impressive just how quick the turnaround's happened. A few weeks ago, I didn't even want to watch it.
No. Mick says, mixed emotions, Mick Blomqvist, mixed emotions about the result. We should have won, but happy with the point. The players look so tired at the end, but never stopped working. So impressive. 15 points to a Champions League place and 15 points to the drop zone up the Toffees. Yeah. And that's it. We said the other week, didn't we think me and Ped were saying, it's about performances now. You get a level of performance, I'm good with that.
Yeah.
The results will be the result. You know, we can talk about the result being the imposter. I don't believe we deserve to win a Palace. I took it all day long. I don't think we deserve to win, but we won it. I thought 100% we deserved to win on Saturday, and we didn't.
Yeah.
And we deserved to win last night, and we didn't. So, you'd have to go, okay, that's football. But the performance level, the lads are giving everything. They weren't great last night. We were tired. And yet, we've still come out going, we deserve to win. Like, what was Brentford's excuse last night?
I know, yeah.
They were at home against a team running on empty with 8 and 9 first teamers out.
Yeah.
And we comfortably, after the opening 20, 25 minutes, we were comfortable. They done nothing. They got a goal out the blue.
Yeah, a lucky goal.
Stoke long throw-in type goal.
The lap.
You know. And I like Brentford, like I've said. I think they're really good. But last night,
no, they weren't good.
There was no excuse. They had a day extra rest. And their last game, they were playing against a team going down. You know.
Considering now, like, while everyone talks about Brentford's attack and, you know, Wishart and Bueno and all stuff like that, didn't look like it was terrifying at all.
No.
Just looked a bit average.
And that's credit to Everton.
He was like the best one, and after the first half an hour, he was quiet then.
You've called him 15 different names. You've called him Slim Shady, Sade, Shade.
Is it Shade or
It's Shade.
Shade. Well, Shade, after about half an hour,
he was quiet then. He started off the opening half an hour.
He was the only scary one in their attack.
And they're a good side, so that's credit to Everton.
Yeah, no.
Isn't it? It's not Brentford didn't do right. It's credit to Everton. That we, you know, we shorted. Rob, the East Belfast Toffee says Beto's a one-trick pony. He's a one-trick. You're right. He's the one-trick pony that scores goals. He can't dink the ball over the keeper and tries to slot it down the side. Scored 5 goals in 5 games, mate. I'll take that one trick all day, every day, and 3 times on a Sunday. Daniel says, feeling a bit deflated that United and potentially West Ham go above us, but we've come a long way in this short time. We'll turn that round again in a couple of weeks. United will lose tonight. Whoever they're playing next, they'll probably lose because they're garbage.
Yeah, they are the
West Ham might win against Leicester tonight, but they'll get beat because they're rubbish as well. So,
might have to play Fulham next.
Craven
Cup. Wait, no, that's the FA Cup.
No, the FA Cup. Oh, yeah.
Arsenal, yeah, they'll get battered.
Arsenal or Old Trafford?
Old Trafford.
Oh, they'll lose. I mean, Arsenal can't beat anyone, but they'll beat United. And,
no, and I'll give them a few
And West Ham.
I can check West Ham's. So, West Ham played Newcastle at home.
Yeah, they're losing.
And then us away.
Yeah. So, West Ham are getting beaten the next 2.
Yeah.
Adam says, I honestly sat there the whole second half knowing we'd score. See, I didn't last night. I thought we looked that tired. I was thinking, I just can't see us scoring. And then once we equalised, I couldn't see us not winning.
Yeah, I thought
which was weird.
Yeah.
It sort of flipped in my eye. I thought we're winning this
felt
game.
Like it was
because we went after them. I thought I'm nothing broke for us, really.
With them time wasting and stuff, I thought it was just inevitable that we'll get something.
Yeah. Eddie says to be happy. to be honest, happy with the 3 points we've got, but I've thought there was a chance to have another 4 points is frustrating. Absolutely, but that's how far we've come. That's football, isn't it? You know, like James said, we're doing it with wingers who haven't scored goals or created goals. So, you know, that's just a positive. But Rob, I get it, right? He scored 5 goals, which I'm thankful for, but he'll never be prolific. But I'd argue 5 goals in 5 games is quite prolific.
It's harsh.
If he plays a whole season, he'd probably get 12 to 15 goals. There's not many of them around. You get more than that without paying 60, 70 million for, is there? So
I think he's shown that he can have different types of finishes and be a bit more smart with it too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the one against United, that was smart, him kicking him into the floor.
Smashed it.
Yeah.
Let's see what he does. Let's see
he's
going forward.
It a few times. He's chipped it over the key. Yeah, I think it's harsh saying he's one trick.
See what happens. Keep creating for him. That's the key.
Yeah.
Keep creating chances. No striker is that prolific that they score most of their chances.
Yeah, no.
Erling Haaland, like I said, best number 9 in the world, he misses a lot. Harry Kane, who's fantastic, misses a lot. They all miss. That's the thing. The centre forwards, that's your job. You play there, you take the plaudits. You'll have days when you can't score a goal. I think he's doing brilliantly. Luke says 7 games unbeaten with 0 presence on the wing. Imagine when we're playing 11v11 properly. Ian says could have actually and maybe deserved to have won 7 from 7. Oh my God! No, you're right. I still maintain Crystal Palace. I can't say with a straight face we fully deserve to win that.
Yeah,
but
I don't think we deserve to lose now either.
No, we didn't deserve to lose. No.
Beto's conversion rate this season's 30%. Haaland's is a 19.8.
Yeah. So there you go. John Russell says the lad that brought Beto down when he jumped straight back up should have been a red card as he was the last defender. If he'd have stayed down, Beto dives, we get the outcome. Shows it's a joke. Yeah, well, he took him out, didn't he?
Did he touch him, though? I thought he just slipped in front of him and Beto jumped over him.
Didn't he catch him? Beto did look like he slipped, on the floor, but I thought he knocked. I'd have to watch it again.
I don't think there was no intent, was there? It was just a slip from Pinnock, so I don't think it'd be a red, would it?
He'd have been a red because he was the last man. Doesn't matter if he slipped, he took him out, didn't he? Denied the goal scoring opportunity, didn't he? But I'd rather him get back up. He should have just shot when he got back up. That was the problem. Yeah. Rod says Beto said the club asked him to do 12 interviews in between games. He should have left the lad alone.
Does he want to do inside the game as well?
Yeah, get him in. Any Toffee, a YouTube member, says positive run so far. Beto will be gutted, hopefully shakes it off. A good period now across March for the team to train together, including players come back. I see a continuation of form. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Daniel Hignett says a few months ago, where I was like, I'd do anything for us to be looking up the table in the last season at Goodison. It's so nice to be out of that now, looking forward to the new stadium. Yeah. Definitely. Northeast Toffee? Any Toffee says, hopefully with this training period, we'll see the impact from having a set-piece coach. James Master says, Frank saying Brentford kept us quiet, but for 3 1-on-1s is a compliment to Everton. It means he saw us as a threat by being pleased that we were restricted to just 3 clear-cut chances. Yeah. Tim Dawson says exactly, Baz, comparing Beto to Salah or Haaland is silly. If Beto becomes a 12 to 15 goal a season striker for us, I'll be very happy, and so should everybody else. Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. The other thing as well, right, and this sort of is with Calvert-Lewin a little bit as well. We need our striker to score most of the chances because nobody else scores.
Yeah.
That's not the striker's fault. The striker should have people complimenting them from everywhere else. Mm-hmm. So we should be creating what we're doing for Beto. but we also should be going, well, Harrison scores 7 and 8 and Lindstrom gets 8 or 9 and Decore gets 7 or 8 and one of our centre mids gets 6 or 7. That's how you do it. Then we've got lads on the bench who are worth 5 and 6 goals. And then the goals are, then Beto's are goals that are, yeah, he might miss one, but you know that your wingers are going to score, so it's not a problem.
But it's sort of,
the best teams have that.
If you look at Brentford last night, there's a sort of like case study for it. Wissa scored and Mbeumo had a bit of an off game. And so he can afford to have that off game because someone else is going to score. And Everton, if Beto has an off game, we can't really afford it because no one else is going to score, or unless it's like a corner or something, or across like O'Brien did. But there's no one like else prolific for Everton, you know.
Daniel says, mad what Moyes has done with these players. Dyche was a fraud. Sophie says, I'd defo keep Beto next season. No, 100%. 100%.
If you had to guess, what do you reckon Dyche's next job would be? Do you think Leicester could sack Van Nistelrooy and go for it?
No, I don't think they'll sack Van Nistelrooy.
No?
I don't think they can afford to. They're knackered.
Yeah.
They're getting done. When they drop back into the Championship, the Football League are going after them. So they're getting done with points next season. So they're in trouble.
Yeah.
The Premier League haven't dropped the case against them for this one at the moment. The appeal.
So either way, they're going to get done.
So they're not going to... Sacking Van Nistelrooy, it doesn't make any sense. Giving it to Dyche ain't keeping these up.
No.
Not a chance.
No.
And if he took the job, he'd be an idiot as well. He's already, for me, done.
I thought you were saying idiot.
No, he's already done. For me, as in any decent type of Premier League job, he's gone.
Because he was linked with the Rangers job, weren't he? But then they just got something different.
They couldn't have him.
No.
He couldn't have him because he doesn't attack.
Yeah.
And up there, you've got to go after everybody because Celtic are the
top, yeah.
Imagine him with Rangers, mate. Imagine it. Celtic under Rodgers are playing, scoring 5s and 6s, and he's trying to grind out a 1-0 win against Ayr in the cup. Come on. No. I don't know, to be honest. I don't know whether he'd want to get back in.
Yeah, he's young for a manager, though, isn't he?
Yeah, but he said himself, didn't he? He doesn't want to be doing it like long into his career, long into his life. He likes going to concerts and stuff. He's earned enough money.
Yeah.
He doesn't need to get back. I'm not saying he doesn't want to. He might do, but I think for me, a Championship club,
like start again, sort of.
You know, and just go and. But it depends what their ethos is. If they want to play good football, they ain't going to him, are they?
No.
You know, but if you want to battle and scrap and you don't care about the type of football you want, then someone like Stoke, someone like that, who's
not doing very well this season.
Not really tried to play good football for a few. Well, they had Steven Schumacher, they should have left him.
Yeah.
Then he got rid of him. So Hakon says, if you don't subscribe, you'll never be able to be granted a free membership from a generous member buying it for. You're absolutely right, Hakon. You're absolutely right.
Oh, 19.
19 to go. Come on, you beautiful people. Keep it going. Al says, in 8 league games, we've scored 7 since Moyes came in. Not bad. We've scored 15 goals since Moyes came in the league. Does he mean... I don't know what that means.
Away goals, maybe? Oh, I don't know.
We've scored 30 goals now in the Premier League, haven't we? That was our 30th last night, wasn't it?
I'll double check. Yep, 30.
Yeah, so we've got 15 goals since Moyes came in 8 games. So I don't know what else maths are there, but it's not right. The Door 14 says, under Dyche, I was totally unbothered whether we lost because it was so dull watching us. But now I'm starting to get upset when we don't win because we're actually playing well. Yeah.
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 So there was just a feeling of hopelessness, right? And you just thought, we've not got a chance yet.
No.
Now you think we've got a chance, so you're more involved, aren't you?
Says West Ham will beat Newcastle at home. Newcastle are crap. Have you watched West Ham?
Yeah, West Ham aren't much
No
better.
disrespect, but West Ham aren't very good. Newcastle, I think Newcastle will batter them.
I think it depends.
Isaac will be back there, but Newcastle are trying to get in the Champions League. They ain't going to places like West Ham and throwing their hand in. That'll be 3 or 4 to Newcastle. Anthony Gordon, Isaac, Callum Wilson, they're the type of games he gets 2 in. They will batter West Ham, I'm telling you now.
Lions.
Bumble has gifted 5 free YouTube memberships.
Wow.
Thank you very well. I mean,
Thank you.
people should be thanking Bumble if he's gifting you 5 free memberships.
Check if we've got any more.
Did Al mean? I think Al meant 8. I think Al, instead of saying goals, meant 8 Premier League games and 7 unbeaten for Moyes. I think that's what he meant. I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt. He didn't write it like that, but I think Al's quite a cool guy, and I'm going to say that's what he meant.
18.
18 to go. Beautiful people. Just beautiful. James Master says Beto has averaged a goal every 88 minutes during his Everton career.
Well,
Is that in starts? Can't be. It's not appearances, is it? So it must be starts. Yeah. And that's not prolific. Yeah. Baz, you changed your mind on Dyche. You said you didn't want him sacked. Glad you did, Moyes, is it? Yeah, I think James can answer this. I think James will answer this, Mark, about my thoughts on Sean Dyche.
Yeah, it was very dark in here when the cameras were off, and Baz even was publicly, him and Ped said that they didn't like him at all. And
what I
just
said
don't know where that came from.
Mark hasn't listened, has he? I had to change Dyche in the summer. Me and Ped both said that.
Yeah.
I had to change them at the end of the first few months when we had to go. We should never have had to go to the Bournemouth game to stay up. But each to their own. I wouldn't have given the job in the first place. I said that at the time. To me, it was a terrible appointment. But what I did say was I was never going to come on here and demand him to be sacked. I think anyone who's watched this knew people used to give me stick for not sticking up for him. So you can't have it both ways, Mark. What I did say, and I'll never shy away from it, and even if David Moyes ends up putting Everton in the bottom 3, I would never come on and demand him to be sacked because I don't think it's fair. I can say I don't think he's doing a good job or he should be doing better.
Mm-hmm. But
I think what I'd do is I'd go and watch me pre him getting sacked and watch me when he's being sacked.
Yeah.
And you'll find your answer in there, mate.
I think the Premier members as well, they'll see.
The Premier members know.
They know.
The Premier members know my real feelings.
That's a reason to become a Toffee TV Premier member.
Yeah. I remember you, Mark, saying you didn't want Moyes. He was awful. I remember that. I haven't forgotten that one.
17
to go. Woo! Ken from Mumbai says, I've been really impressed with Michael Keane since Moyes came back. Yeah, I have. I think he's been brilliant. He's sat on that bench tremendously well. Jay says, sorry, Al. Sorry. If you'd have put games, I'd have known, mate. You're making me have to guess what you're saying. What he's saying is Everton have scored in 7 games running since David Moyes came.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, when we've gone 9 in 11 without scoring a goal under the other clown, haven't we? But there you go. You're absolutely right, Danny. Absolutely right. He should never have been given the job in the first place, and I did say this at the time. But there you go. Berticus says stand your ground, Baz, good lad. Well, I don't need to stand my ground, really. I think any Premier member knew. All I said was I won't do it with any Everton manager because I don't think it's fair. You might disagree. Doesn't mean I'm saying he shouldn't be sacked, but I don't think it's fair because of the reach we have. Our views are crazy. We're by far the biggest Everton thing by miles and miles. We're viewed all over the world. Sky Sports are on to us all the time to do things, lots of other media things. I don't think it's fair to stand in front of a camera and demand the manager be sacked. Right? Doesn't mean I'm not going to say he should be doing better or he needs to make changes or he should be bringing... If you can read between the lines, you will know exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Right? But let's move on. He's gone. And that's why the world's a better place. Let's get people... I think David Moyes coming in shows you the power of having someone that loves the club and wants to do well for the club. They're not thinking about, I'm just here taking me wage. Or they're not thinking about, oh, what can I do to get to the next big job? He's here going, I want this club to win stuff.
Yeah.
I want this club back up where it belongs. The power of that is incredible. The fans are unbelievable. The fans have been unbelievable since Moyes came in. Last night, Wednesday night, 7:30 in London, and you could hear them singing and dancing. Even when we 1-0 down, they're singing and singing. And then people deserve a big pat on the back as well. No, they do it and they go everywhere. And they were there when we were shite with Dyche. But I'm glad them lads and ladies who are going and kids are going up and down the country are getting rewarded. They've been better at Beto stuck that one top in and we win it 2-1 for them. But so everyone's together now. So it's good. James says Baz bit his tongue for months. Absolutely. W. Mully, I do remember you saying this yesterday. And he said, as long as O'Brien starts, we don't lose. I remember it, but I couldn't pick up on it, right? Because I didn't want to jinx it. So I just left it. I let it slide.
So you're saying you jinxed Lindstrom scoring?
It appears that way, doesn't it? It appears that way. I won't be saying it again, that's for sure. Wilmo, YouTube member, says that Baz Defo said that you could tell he didn't like Dyche. Yeah, it wasn't difficult to read between the lines, did it? Paul Hopley says Baz when Dyche is here and Baz now is so black and white, he looks happy again. Absolutely. It's great. And Rich Thomas says you're a better man than me, Baz. I wanted him out from the second he joined. I didn't want him to have the job in the first place, mate. You know, especially knowing he was a cop-out, but just the way he played for it wasn't for me. It wasn't for me. Key B says O'Brien's header was very Dunk-esque. It was a lovely little guide into that far corner. It was brilliant. Mark says, Baz, you were right about Moyes. I wasn't sure on him. I was more open-minded than some. Listen, we just all move on. He's in. Let's back him to the hill because what he's done so far has been incredible and he's united most of the fan. Not everyone, but he's united most of the fan base, I would say, or he's got us all on the right page again. So let's enjoy it now.
It's just better to not have that sort of, I don't know, overhanging thing of we just have to survive the season, then we go on to this. It's like, it's just more positive. It's like we're actually going towards something now rather than just surviving. It feels like next season we can really do something.
JL23 says, Baz, cast your mind back when Lampard was sacked. Who did you want to come in and take over? I'll be honest with you, right? I'd have given it to Duncan over Dyche. That doesn't mean we should. I just couldn't believe we got down to two people. One was Sean Dyche and one was Bielsa. Neither of them are even close to each other. No. And yet it's a big world out there. And yet we came up with those two. Like, what kind of planning, what kind of idiotic board comes up with those two people? And I know Farhad Moshiri was warned off Dyche by a lot of people. And he still listened to Barrett Baxendale and probably Ken Knight.
Would you have took Duncan Ferguson before... after after the Chelsea game and stuff, as permanently?
I wanted Moyes then. I wanted David Moyes then.
Yeah.
To be honest.
But would you have took
Dunk?
Was he just always in your head that maybe? Because he definitely wanted it.
Of course he wanted it, and he done a good job. But they were never gonna. I'll tell you why I didn't think about Duncan getting it permanently, because they would never have been in their ether, because up until then, Moshiri was still Billy Big Bollocks, wasn't he?
Yeah, he wanted.
Do you know what I mean? So, and he wanted, they almost agreed on Moyes, but Moshiri wanted Ancelotti. You know? There was options. I personally, I wouldn't have sacked Silva.
No.
I understand why they did, but I wouldn't have sacked him. I'd have given him a few more games. But Marco Silva, what he should have done was made Duncan the assistant manager when his number 2 went.
Yeah.
He shouldn't have ever been Boa Morty. That was an absolutely ridiculous thing. But when he got sacked, I understand why they did. He was dead man walking, and Duncan done a brilliant job. Brilliant job to pick them all back up for him there. I just don't think they were ever going to give him it that time. But then, when Frank was sacked, Dyche, honestly, would have been...
Yeah, no.
Was bottom of my list, honestly. Because he was just Benitez for me. The same thing.
Benitez one still makes no sense.
That was the worst one. That was the biggest mistake ever. Duncan should have got it then rather than him.
It doesn't even feel like it was real.
But there was loads of managers who we could have got at that time. Moyes was another one. Don't forget, Moyes refused to sign a new contract with West Ham because he was waiting for the Everton job. He got approached. They asked was he interested. He was.
Yeah.
We had Gaultier, who was banging the door down to come.
Yeah, probably a good one. You
Potter was unsure. They liked him. So why on earth did that lead? And it led there because Usmanov wanted Benitez. Annabelle, Evertonian Camel says, the way it works for me, at least, I support Everton. There are players, managers and staff I dislike, don't think are good enough or think should be nowhere near the club, but my job is to support. Yeah. JL23 says, I agree with you, Baz, the club was a complete mess. Yeah, I never ever got why we ended up with Dyche or Bielsa. It's like, how can you not even... Metal. I could understand if you had like three in the middle who were similar and you go, when it's one of... I get that. Because a lot of clubs have that. You look and go, I understand what that process is. But how have you ended up with... even sort of the talk this time was Potter, and TFG had gone down the road with Potter. And then they pulled back on him. I loved the spin that was put on that he chose West Ham. It's just utter nonsense. Yeah. But obviously... they'd had Moyes there as well, and they decided David Moyes was brilliant. But when you're a board like that, where you're looking and you know for a few weeks that they're going, that Lampard was going to get sacked because we just weren't winning, and they left that too late as well. As much as I liked Frank as a man, and he's doing a great job at Coventry, they left it too late. They should have really, if they were going to do it when the World Cup was on, and they had 6 weeks, and they could have gone and got other managers.
Yeah. Similar to the Dyche one, really, isn't it?
But yeah. But anyway, we are where we are, and it's all good, isn't it? It's all good. There is. It's a antibacterial. I've been spraying it, the mics and everything, since Ped was in last week to make sure me and James didn't get anything.
I know you've read the ad though. I feel like it's coming for me.
No, you're fine, mate. You're fine. I'm sound, so you're getting it off me.
No, but I was in Ped's car.
I know, but I've cleaned all the mic, the desk, this desk. I've done this microphone, this desk, the handle. You sound, mate.
I think I'd be fine. Yeah, I think I'd have had it. I was in his car though when he was sick.
No, mate. Look, I look after you. Don't worry. I'm looking after you. Jim Lightfoot, new YouTube member. Nice one, Jim. What are we up to, James? On the
I'll check.
On that.
16 to go.
Oh, come on. There's 8:30 watching. 16 here. Hit
Make
that subscribe button. Come on. Yeah, let's move on. Ian says that header from O'Brien was superb. Would love him and Brantwaite to be our long-term centre-back partnership. Well, I give Tarkowski man of the match last night because I thought he was brilliant.
Yeah, it was good.
Thought he was brilliant. Leto, the German Shepherd. Very intelligent, the dog. YouTube member can type brilliant, I love it. Easy to say now, but Moyes was always the choice. He proves how superior he is to Bull Hurley. Same players, same point in half the game. Yeah. He's just in a different universe. And I said this while the other fellow was still here, and it was like, who would you get? And it was like, well, David Moyes. And people, no, they're just the same. Like, are you kidding? Just the same. Like saying a Ferrari is the same as a fucking... a go-kart. Do you know what I mean? It's just different universe. Yeah. Danny Church says, come on, 16 more
15
plus, and give the show thumbs up. Yeah. Toffee Blue, yeah, we should do that now. We should do that. Let's definitely draw the line under it and get a tin. Put it there, and every time we mention the Antichrist name, you have to put a pound in it. John Vance says, Dyche is the antithesis. I can never say that word. Antithesis. It is antithesis, isn't it, of football. I've been watching Everton for over 50 years, and the football he set out to play is the worst I've ever seen. Not my choice, but Moyes has been great. Yeah, you're absolutely right, John. That, to me, was so alien, and I don't understand why people got sucked into it. I've just said we're not going to talk about it, and still are. But you know what I mean? Sucked in to not trying to win. And that's what, last night, I sat there with my dad and my Zach going, it's the 93rd minute, and we're trying to win a game that we could easily lose here because we're flying forward, and it's like, you know...
And Brentford looks scared
and Brentford, you know... There you go. Robert Jones, YouTube member, says just subscribed on 3 of them. Yes, Robert, you are the person.
12.
Now, Robert, go and subscribe to More Than the Game and Inside the Game as well, you beautiful human being. Mark Cody says don't sell Branthwaite unless we get savage money like 85 million. Yeah, definitely. I wonder what Branthwaite's thinking. Because like you said, why would you go to United?
No.
Like at the moment, they're just a mess. They're an absolute mess.
As well.
And I don't know whether they've got the money.
Yeah. And they haven't really got that reputation anymore, like where they win everything. Like, what, the last league was 2013, was it? So what, Branthwaite would have been 10. So most of his, like, older life, United have been bad. Right now, there's just so much negative talk always surrounding them. Yeah, I just don't get why they're not as big of a thing as they were.
Don't get me wrong, they're still one of the biggest clubs in world football, but as a team and all that, they're a mess.
They don't really have any standout players. Where you're like with Lukaku when he went to United, you could see Pogba and stuff like that.
No, they still had good players.
Yeah,
then,
and even Rashford.
And they were only sort of.
And they were only in the Champions League. And
3 years from like being league champions and stuff, weren't they?
So you could see like why Lukaku. But if you're Branthwaite, why are you looking at Man United and think that's the next step in my career? Especially with looking at like Harry Maguire and stuff and how he's got on since he got there.
No.
Wait out for a better team.
Well, just give, if you're them, you either wait it out for a better one or you give it another year and see what Amarin's doing. And if Amarin's got them moving forward and playing well, and then they come and offer you stupid wages and a big pot, then you might consider it. But have a look where we're going to be. Bainey says, not often we've been able to come away with a draw and say we should have won that. I had to put money on Beto with 3 1-on-1 with the keeper chances. But the attitude has totally changed. It's 100%. If 100% of Dyche fans aren't happy he's gone now, then they're bloody off their heads.
10.
10 to go. Beautiful. Derek says, hi lads, I have to say it annoys the hell out of me when so-called pundits say Moyes and Dyche plays the same kind of game. It's night and day. I'm from Ireland and I've watched every Everton game since Moyes came back, enjoyed what I've seen. The amount of times I turned off watching Dyche's team from pure boredom of not us seeing us with the ball in games, and when we did, we kicked it away. Moyes and Dyche night and day. Enjoy having my Everton back. Correct. Jez says, honestly, people would rather walk away than own up to being deluded by Dyche. Seen it myself in the London Blues group. Quite amazing how social media has made the world so divided and entrenched in position. Easier to fool a man than convince him he's been fooled. Yeah.
Is that Ped in the comments or is that you?
I'm on Premier.
So it was Ped. We need 10 subs for 97,000. Without those subs, I might collapse.
It's Ped. It's definitely not me. Eddie says, back under Carlo when we had James, Dukes and Richie supporting Dom was the last time we had other players outside the striker who scored. Correct. Jez says, heard you talking about our scouting team before. United have 80 people in there. Now, obviously, Rat Scruff wants to fire them all and make them eat mud. But how big is ours and how big should it be? I simply have no idea what our setup. But that'll be everyone overall, won't it? And I'm not talking about the other ones overall, but the actual recruitment team that's inside Finch Farm, because they're the ones who collate, will get it all and filter out and do stuff like that. Ours needs to be better, but I don't know, Jess, to be honest. I know Thelwell definitely expanded it a bit, but I don't know how and what it looks like right now. Try and find out. Tom Dobbo says Baz for Doff. Yeah, absolutely. Get me in there. Stuart says, been really impressed with Michalenko since Moyes and Baines have come in. His body position when received the ball has changed now. It allows him to progress with the ball. It does. He just needs more quality, that's all.
Do you think he's in a similar sort of position that Patterson is, just that he's got to play? That he hasn't really been coached and he was young, and that sort of attacking intent's been coached out of him, really? Because wasn't it people saying that when he was in Ukraine, he was like an attacking left back for them.
Probably just got forward more. Yeah, but look what he who shall not be named did to Patterson. Destroyed him. He was an attacking fullback. I said he who shall not be named.
He's Voldemort now.
Moyes, magic. He who shall not be named is tragic, said he in the Blue. And Gary said, are the new owners shown any signs of being friendly to new media than the last group? Nope, because they need new people in the building. Once they do, they can get rid of people who are obstructive in that place. We know they are. We can't really name them, but unless it changes, there will be a time when they are named. But for right now, let CFG get in the building. Let Angus Kinnear get in as the CEO, because he will shake it up. And I'm sure when you see some of the stuff Leeds do, our departments will be shook up. And a few people, I'm sure, will be for the high jump if they don't change.
9 to go.
9. Just tremendous. Tremendous.
Yeah,
and a lot of these will be mopped up on people who watch it later as well. They'll go, you know what, I will subscribe because I'm being lazy. It is free. Takes a second. It's not difficult. Robert, no. The 2 different channels, More Than a Game and Inside the Game podcast, and we need you to subscribe to both.
I'll put the link.
James is going to put the links there right now, and you're going to do it. Tom, no, I wouldn't renew Dominic Calvert-Lewin's contract. The lad hasn't wanted to stay. So why now? And I think he's made his mind up to leave, and I've got no issues. Been very good for Everton and done a really good job, but it's time. It's time to move on, I think, from that one. Raymond says, don't sell Branthwaite, full stop. Yeah. Sam says you can tell the ball stays on the ground about 70% more. It's direct in the final third, not going out wide, which defenders are looking for the midfield. And Garner, Gay, sign a contract, lad. That's it, Danny. That's the one. I always throw too many theses in it. And I'm normally quite good with me words, but that isn't good. No, Hakan, I can't do that. I cannot be doing stuff like that. Saying page not found for them.
Yeah, I deleted that one. I'll put the new one in.
Okay, there they are. They're both there. Go and just give it a little click, because we're obviously More Than a Game is coming back probably next week. So obviously the more people go over there, we'll be doing a couple of lives a week on that and some different content. And season 2 of Inside the Game podcast will be starting up again soon. Just getting the guests lined up, and off we go. So it's all good. Yeah. James says, I've had a bet Everton will finish top half. And Sam says, when are you on the overlap again, Baz? When they remember that Everton are a big club and are more relevant than Man United and Tottenham at the moment. Rather than just doing the same thing, which is sad what they fell into, which is only the big 6 matter. Which is sad, because that isn't how it was when it started, and that was really good. Hey old Ted says it feels weird being sad but we miss a game this weekend. I know, but at the end of the day, it gives us an opportunity to get players back and to rest people, doesn't it? And that's massive. That's absolutely massive for us. You know, and hopefully when we go to Wolves, Patterson should be ready. Chimiti should be ready there. We never know when Jai. We don't know what's happening with him, but some warm weather training will help him. We'll be a bit closer with Breuer, a bit closer with Calvert-Lewin, a bit closer with Coleman. You know, and it goes on like that, doesn't it? And then all of a sudden your bench starts to take a real, you know,
there's competition for the bench.
You start looking, going, oh.
Remember you and Pedro discussing it, saying we've got too many players for the bench now, who gets in, who doesn't.
That happened once, didn't it?
Yeah.
One game.
It was like, is Chimiti going to be on? Is Passing going to be on? No, they could all probably be on it.
But that's all we need, don't they? 8 to go. We're doing 3 more minutes. We were only doing an hour and we've done longer because you beautiful people have made us stay longer. And we're here for that. So can we get 8 more subscribers in 3 minutes? That is your challenge. And that will stop Ped collapsing. But also say to Ped, see, the lad's done it.
Yeah.
Know what I mean? There you go. Nigsy, a YouTube member, says, feels like unless major changes with PSR, big transfers won't happen so often. It really needs to be huge for it to happen, as it's so hard for clubs to get other deals done now. Yeah. Danny says, I'll always thank Dom for the winner against Palace. Absolutely. People rewrite Dominic Calvert-Lewin's Everton career. He scored an absolutely huge goal for us that night, kept us in the Premier League. It was unbelievable. Diving header at the street end, it was incredible. Everyone should love him for that, should love him for his goal against Liverpool. But doesn't necessarily mean it's not time for him to move on. But he's, you know, what is he? Everton's 4th top Premier League goal scorer. We got him for £1 million. No one should be giving Calvert-Lewin any stick, really. It's time, maybe it is time to, you know, to move on. So, George, yes, the Inside the Game podcast is available on Apple Podcasts and it's on Spotify as well. So do it. Yeah, where are we here? Bumblebee 84's gifted 5 lucky people YouTube memberships. Isn't that nice? Top man.
Oh my God, it's 9. Someone unsubscribed.
Someone's unsubscribed. Well, that's okay. That's okay, because they are
horrible.
Hopefully they won't come back. They can go and watch, you know, the Echo or go and watch Liverpool, which is probably their channel anyway. But there you go. Maybe they've done it so we stay on air longer.
Maybe.
But I'm going to call it at 20 past.
Fair.
6 minutes, we're calling it at 20 past. Me and James have got stuff to do. So, yeah. $1 million fee and how much in wages? Well, I guarantee you this, right, for Calvert-Lewin. I guarantee you this. We haven't spent £140 million on him, which is what it would have cost us if we'd have been relegated. And it'd have probably cost us the club. In all fairness, we were in that bad a state. Sir Christoph.
Back to 8.
You know, and even last season, you know, scored the winner against Burnley, which kept us up. Scored a penalty at Newcastle, which got us a vital point. Scored... What the game did he score in? Scored a penalty at Luton, didn't he? The end of the season. So we still scored some important goals. Wilmo says Ped unsubscribed out of spite. Yeah. Willow also says you think Lewin is going to Newcastle or Arsenal.
I think Italy. If I had to put my money on it. I don't feel like it's...
Yeah, Italy. Out of the two, I think he'd go to Arsenal if he gets the option, because he's like London and the free and all that, isn't he?
Yeah.
And I think he'd be decent.
But do you not think
Arsenal.
Arsenal are going to go all out and buy it on like a big striker?
Yeah, but they should have learned though. They should be learning now. Going, we need a squad. We need 3 strikers on the bench, you know, for playing games.
Yeah.
They've been absolutely terrible. Absolutely terrible since January, not buying a striker. Danny says, sorry, my brother was messing with me FOMO, nothing again. That's okay, Dan. That's okay. We've got 4 minutes. Can we hit that milestone in 4 minutes? What is it, 8?
It's 8.
8. See, to be fair, most of the people who were watching might have subscribed, and therefore it's beyond their control to get 8, isn't it? All you do is, right, what you do is you create another email very quickly. There you go. John, I don't know, I'd have to have a little look around, mate, to be honest. I will be doing this sort of the end of March, early April, the recruitment stuff. I'd have a look around and see what our budget is, what kind of profile we want. Beto wouldn't be going anywhere.
No.
As far as I'm concerned, there'd be no chance. 7 to go. There'd be no chance Beto's going anywhere if it was up to me. We've also got Chimiti, Breuer, if we could get him on loan again. But then people are right to guess when they say, yeah, but if we get him on loan, there's no doubt, there's no guarantee he's not going to be injured again. So we'll have to see. But I'll have a good look, John. Don't worry. Don't you worry, John. I know you sat there worrying now whether I'll have a good look, but I will. Is right, Daniel. Daniel's just subbed from another account. You're all beautiful human beings.
George giving some away. Membership.
George is giving them away. George, stop giving it away. Just create new ones. Come on, my friend. 6 to go. Come on. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. Can you do it? I want to know if they've all subscribed to the other 2 channels.
As the More Than a Game account subscribed to Toffee TV.
Don't know.
You made it, didn't you? Did you do it?
Don't.
There's an easy one.
I imagine it probably did, but go and have a look. I reckon it did. I don't think it would have been that lax. But who knows? Who knows?
Oh, it was.
Yeah,
He's
see,
on it.
I'm on it, mate. I'm on it. I'm right on it. Wilmo, be a hard one. I will request it, but it'll be a hard one getting him. He's too busy living the high life in Vegas. Nice one, Danny. Appreciate that. We should all subscribe to the Best Everton podcast. We appreciate that. Your words, not mine, but thank you very much. Michael says, Skelton, it would have kept going. Okay, that's something else. No, I know, Christoph, but we've had them, haven't we? So you can only go with what you've got. If we'd have bought better striker, if we'd have kept Moise Keane, he might have been brilliant, mightn't he? If we'd have kept Lookman, he might have been... It's all ifs and buts, isn't it? John Russell says, I'll use the email I use for OnlyFans. It's right. Do all of that. Do all of that. All of it. Pete Lumby, there is a link to our shop.
Two
to go. Come on. There is a link to our shop in the description below, mate, yeah. Top man.
One of you could be the 97,000, so you should all subscribe.
If you go and subscribe, if you became who was it who asked me then about the shop? Pete. If you go and become a Toffee TV member, you get a discount off your first order anyway, and it'll be more than what it costs to become a Toffee TV Premier member on Premier for 1 month. So go and subscribe to Toffee TV Premier. The link is also there, and then let us know when you've subscribed, and you'll get a discount, which will be more than your Toffee TV. So it's worth doing it.
We've done it.
To get a month.
97 and 2.
Yes, people.
97 and 2.
By 20 past as well.
Yeah.
Absolutely superb. Loved the lot of you. Now all go and subscribe to More Than a Game and Inside the Game podcast. Seriously, thank you very, very much. Emma, be ashamed of yourself there. I'm fuming. I mean, Ped's put Emma's address in for the townhouse, her email address. Emma@townhouse.jizz.
Fair enough.
So fair play.
Yeah, fair enough.
Fair play. Right. It's one of them. Thank you very much, everyone. Absolutely superb, beautiful people. If you're a Toffee TV Premier member, we're doing the final word live at 4:30. YouTube, you will get it just a bit after that. Mm-hmm. Take it easy. Thank you very much, everybody. Love you all. Go and subscribe to the other 2 channels because you're beautiful. Have a great afternoon. Hang on. Angelina Jordan on the super chat says, woo. Thank you very much. Hang on, she's got more. There's more of a name than that, is there? Click it there because it says Angelina Jordan FA. I don't know whether there's more than that or there isn't.
Angelina Jordan fan club.
Fan club, there you go. Thank you very much. Gary says congratulations. Listen, 3,000 to go.
We're already 5 into the next one.
Are we?
Yeah. And 6 now. 97.
Wow, less than 3,000 to that 100,000. We better start thinking what we're going to do. Maybe we'll do something like a mad 6-hour live stream or something crazy like that.
Well, you said we were going to do a 24 one, didn't we?
I know, but that's...
What if that's the big one?
For 100,000, 24-hour live stream.
Yeah.
Who wants a 20... Imagine who wants a 24-hour live stream of us for 100,000. Maybe that's...
That's what we said in the thingy, innit?
Maybe that's what we'll do. 24 hours, us. Imagine it.
See what guests.
We'd have to have sleep, see what guests. Listen, I don't know.
That's the red.
If you keep subscribing and keep subscribing to More Than a Game and Inside the Game, then 24 hours. Ped said we'll have a party in Murphy's. Maybe.
If you say no to the 24 hours.
Yeah, but he can just sleep.
Yeah.
Can't he? Right, beautiful people. Take it easy. We love you all. And we'll see you later. Go and put them links back in, Jay. You know what we're doing? We're staying on till R2, James.
Okay.
That's nice and round, isn't it?
Yeah.
We're giving you another 8 minutes. So tell me where you're watching from. Just so I'm pedal. Come on, tell me where you're watching from.
97 now.
There is the 2 subscriptions to More Than a Game, the new channel, and Inside the Game podcast. Go and subscribe to them as well and come straight back 1 second. We'll stay on for another 7 minutes. So come on. Come on. Tell me where you're watching from. Emma says, congratulations, lads. Enjoy it while it lasts. Ped's back next week and he'll lose 100 subs on his first day. I don't think that's right, Emma. You naughty little girl. Matthew says he's watching from Florida. Kevin Campbell's watching from Northwich. Love it. Wilmo from Wavertree. Sean from Wiltshire. Eugene from Northern Ireland. Two Dogs Taxis watching from Two Dogs. Pete Lumby near Bournemouth. George Ham Preston. Dex Sonny Crosby. Is it sunny out?
It's a bit sunny, yeah.
Nice. Colette watching from Dublin. Daniel, 15 degrees, currently having a passing sun shower in Malta. I love the weather update just for Ped. Robert Jones, who is a YouTube member, is watching over Norton in Oxfordshire. He's an expat. Emma's watching from Sonny Crosby. Danny, Sonny Walton. Badger from Valencia in Spain. Erin from Chicago. Martin from... Oh, why's it jumped? Where's Martin from? Martin. Isle of Wight. Zach from Boston, Massachusetts. Jay, I'm in Walton. Nice weather here too. Danny is watching from a kitchen pub in city centre by Lime Street Station. It's right, he's had loads of cop-bites eating. Fair play. Heyo, Ted from Joburg. Adrian Devine, Donegal, Ireland. Ray from sunny Bolsover. David Eo from Bellevale.
Nice.
Bob, I'm watching from Las Vegas. Are you really?
That's mad, though.
But fair play if you are. John Waddington. James Preston via Bootle. Okay. Gavin's watching from Leicestershire. Bumblebee, sunny London. Carl is on the Wirral. Well done. Thank you very much. Paul Gedling says, congratulations, lads. Juan is watching from Sweden. Tamaj Subramaniam watching. Great show as usual, guys, from Kuala Lumpur. Absolutely brilliant. We've got Berticus from Blackburn. Ganymede in Vienna, Austria. Raymond from Kirby. Graham from Shepshed in Leicestershire. Tom Murphy, Tampa. Christo from Melling. Steve P says, Baz, is the infamous townhouse you speak about Cooper's townhouse? No, I think it's a place in Birkenhead. I think it's Birkenhead, where you can go and have a bit of fun with other people, Stephen. Brian's watching from home. Chapel, he's working from home, and it's sunny.
Ped loving this bit.
Ped loves the weather. He loves you. Jim is watching from sunny Birmingham. You got to do a 24-hour one. Hopefully it will coincide with us leaving Goodison. Hopefully it'll be a lot quicker than that one. SB says Princeton, New Jersey. Canna's watching Cincinnati, Ohio. It's sunny and 43 degrees. Malcolm, ex-Kirby Ty, now Desborough, Northants. Rob's in McGull. Jack is in New York City. Darren, oh no, he's just saying thanks to someone else. Shep's working from home in Lisbon. Robert Workman, Loch Ness. Carlos Crosby, parts unknown for John Russell. Gary's watching in Wallasey. We're not doing 100,000 showing our bills, a chance. James English watching in Korea. Hakon Trondheim in Norway. Andy Max Suffolk. PJ Sonny Crosby. Danny says, let's reach 100,000 at a Wolves game. That'd be genius, but... you know, who knows? Chicago, where Pete's watching Toffee Blues in his truck in Altrincham. Darren is from Hong Kong. Toffee TV, it's 100,000 before Lindstrom scores a goal. Says Daniel Real.
That's a bet.
Possibly. Randit's in Bradford. Eric's in Kansas. Is right, Eric. Hope you're well, mate. Graham is watching from Sandwith, Whitehaven. There you go. Wilmo says, what colour dry robes everyone got? I wonder what colour Ped's dry robe is.
Oh, yeah, that's...
Ped's defo got a dry robe simply because he reacts. He's triggered by dry robes, isn't he? I saw 3 people in dry robes the other day. I never used to notice them, ever.
I said that.
And cos of Ped, now, I noticed them.
Yeah.
3 of them. 3 of them just walking down the road.
What if for 100,000, Ped has to wear one for 24 hours?
As long as he sits nowhere near us. Mark Wadders is cleaning windows in the Isle of Man. Andy Kinghorn says, congratulations on 97,000 lads watching from RZA in Switzerland. Is right, Andy. Gary Ward, Memphis. Graham, sunny Steel City. Graham also says, congratulations. Graham said it was Daichi unsubscribed after hearing Baz never loved them. Yeah, Bainey says, oh, if only non-Premier people could see how Baz and Ped were. Oh, my God. Well, that's up to them. If they don't want to join Premier, it's fine. But you do see slightly different sides to us.
Yeah.
And when we're on round the tower, oh wow, that's when you really get to see it. And you get to hear James's mad questions.
Good, Tom.
Good. They are good.
Yeah. I've got one ready for
Robert
the next
Jones
one.
would love to get him on. Love to get him on for the 100,000. Canna says the Toffees are truly worldwide. Someone called Pitbull. Tazul says, yes, a 24-hour live sounds great. Andrew's in Indiana. Prem night for 100k. Absolutely, Emma. You better turn up, though. Daniel says, what's a dry row for foreigners, please? A dry row.
I didn't know what a dry row
like
was
a
either.
Coat. Put it in Google. It's probably the best
A
way
towel
to
coat?
say it. Like a towel coat.
For like swimmers and that, innit?
Yeah.
Ped has one.
John Russell says, what's worse, a dry robe or a wolf fleece? You can answer that, James.
A wolf fleece and a dry robe.
What's worse out of them two?
Oh, dry robe. That just, it seems. I didn't know what one was, and then Ped went on a bit of a rant.
It's not like Ped to go on a rant.
I know, yeah.
Greg's watching from near Weymouth. Dave Pugh says, Ped to do weather reports once hitting 100,000. Yeah, that'd be
screen there.
brilliant.
He has to do it.
He's brilliant. Steve, a Premier member is like, what is
Better.
it? Is it £4 a month or less, just less than that? It's better, different shows and stuff. YouTube members are people, just beautiful people who are joining and getting all the stuff. So
You
fair
get loads
play.
of free shows.
But
that are
Premier members,
unique only.
the ones to watch. Eric says it's brisk outside here. Sophie's in Wavertree is right. Soph. We've got what that it. But right, listen, you're all beautiful. I'd like you all a little bit more if you subscribe to Inside the Game podcast and
I'll put it one
more than a game channel that is coming back next week. Loads of you were cry arsing because it went. Where's the show? Where's More Than a Game? I like that one. We'll go and subscribe then, because I've just checked and nobody fresh has subscribed in the last 15 minutes to it. And that to me is an absolute disgrace. But there you go. That's on you. It takes a second and they're there. Right. Listen, brilliant. Thank you all very, very much. We will be back. Like I said, it is final word, isn't it? Later. Yeah. So join us for that one. Take it easy. We love you all. Thank you very much. You're all beautiful. See you later. Bye.